And we are live. Hello everyone, welcome to part 8 continued of Sonadow play Ace Attorney the Apollo Justice Trilogy. Joining me as per usual is my lovely girlfriend IMShadow 007. Say hello, hon.
Hello!
And all I can say is, I am sorry for what happened on Tuesday. I don't know what the hell happened. OBS just decided out of nowhere to not cooperate. And no matter what setting I changed, be it on OBS, the internet, my computer, doesn't matter what I changed, OBS just did not want to work.
And it wasn't until we found out much later that, oh, it was updating itself.
Yeah, so where I saved, we're going to continue the investigation. It's going to be kind of weird. We're going right back into the middle of the investigation, but not a lot we can do.
Yep, let's go.
Anyway.
Now, present the headset to Lamiwa.
Yeah, that was the mistake we made last time. Can I ask you about this headset, Lamiroar? You said that all concert staff were wearing one?
That's correct. You need them to communicate across such a large stage. Everyone on the staff had one, of course. And all of that band members too, I should think.
So Prosecutor Gavin and his lackeys had them on too, then?
They're quite helpful, though limited. They only work within 30 feet or so.
That's a pretty shitty headset.
After all, they're only for use on stage. And a stronger signal would interfere with the sound system.
That makes sense. You'd think someone would notice if they dropped their only communications lifeline. So why was this one lying here?
Now we can move to the dressing room.
There we go.
Yep. Come. Munch.
Uh-oh. There's only one person I know that can munch with such venom.
What are you doing here?
Hello, Emma. You're looking as grumpy as ever.
Oh, am I supposed to be happy? You give me the second degree in court, and Prosecutor Gavin makes me look like a fool.
You're talking about the bloodstain Mr. Latouche left?
My department chief had a field day with that one. Even a blind person could see the shooter wasn't blind. Funny guy, huh? But that bloodstain helped uncover the biggest mystery of all.
Now we know that Mr. Latouche was really with Interpol.
We wouldn't have found that out without you. I suppose. Maybe that's why the chief gave me these after he was finishing chewing me out. Said it was my reward.
Yeah, what are those things anyway? Oh, chocolate. Are chocolate snack who's popular down at the precinct or something? Yeah, they don't look like a Western treat. They look more, well, obviously they look like a Japanese snack treat.
Yeah. I was hoping we could check out the crime scene again. Be my guest. You're not going to find any clues in here. Though I did find something strange. Something strange? Let's talk. I met my embarrassment quota for the year, that's for sure. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? How?
Glass is always half full with you, isn't it, Trixie? Trixie!
Okay, I mean, think about it. She looks like Trixie.
Yep.
Makes you wonder if Trixie was inspired by Trixie.
Probably.
I mean, think about it. Now you don't have to be embarrassed about anything else at all this year.
If only it worked that way.
It just bugs me to think that little kid outsmarted me. And it makes him even more suspicious now that we know he can see. You could have seen the air duct and he could have shot the revolver. But that's not how it sounded in Lamiwa's testimony. You mean her saying she heard Detective Darian's voice at the scene? That's right. Why can't we have a normal, straightforward killing once in a while in this country?
It's Ace Attorney, Emma. Like,
Don't question.
we're in the fourth game by this point.
Yeah, don't question it.
Yeah, we're in the fourth mainline game at this point. Just don't question it. I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
The try you saw... Was that... sorry. Was that true what you said in court today? You know, about the case. About how everything was happening according to those song lyrics?
The guitar serenade, you mean?
I found the link, you know. First, Prosecutor Gavin's heart-shaped keyring was stolen. Then, Lemiwa flew through the air. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar caught on fire. And in the end, a bullet took Mr. Latus's life. And he went up into the sky with a guitar. Well, 15 feet up at least. It is kind of hard to chalk it up to coincidence. I know! And I found it. Do you think the same person did all of this?
Don't ask me. I didn't do it.
Neither did I. I couldn't fit through the air vent anyway.
Yeah, you eat too many snackus.
What? You all think that I did it?
Sometimes I worry about that girl.
So, what did you find? It's so little I must have passed over it yesterday. I found it under the sofa. What is it? Part of some device, I think. I haven't a clue what. That bit sticking out from the end looked familiar, so I had to examine. Turns out it's an antenna. Oh, like on a beetle? Like on a cell phone. This device must use an electronic signal of some sort. An electronic signal, you say? Present the switch!
You think you could take a look at this?
A small device. Looks like a transmitter. A transmitter? You press the switch here and it sends out a signal. No idea what it's for, though.
A signal? You mean an electronic signal?
What is it, Apollo?
Say, Emma, you know that strange object you said you found?
Oh, this?
Let me try pressing this switch.
Ouch! It's on fire! This device is on fire! What's the big idea?
Ah!
Well, now we know what this is. An igniter. This part here must work like a lighter. It nearly lit me up, that's for sure.
Hey, don't look at me like that. I didn't do it on purpose.
I suppose. At least we're getting somewhere with this case. Hey, Apollo! Let's ask Emma about the switch. Now that she has some first-hand experience.
You could say that.
Let's talk about the switch. What are you trying to do? Burn me alive?
Come on, it was just a few sparks.
Says you! You weren't the one holding it! That's enough sparks flying around here just with you two talking.
Anyway, now we know this is a remote for an igniter.
Let me see that for a second.
Well?
Well, this is definitely a little transmitter. The signal's weak. Probably only reaches 30 feet. Like the headset. A transmitter, huh? It's a remote trigger. Incidentally, if you look at the cross-section diagram of the stage area... Let's see. 30 feet from Lemiwa's dressing room. That covers the backstage completely. It also looks like it would cover the stage.
It kind of seems unlikely anyone would use this on stage.
Thank you. Guess I'd be getting on my way with the investigation.
We're off to look for more clues elsewhere then.
I feel better just knowing what this thing is now.
Now look at that, a smile.
Huh. I'll have to look into the igniters a bit more later. Good luck!
I'd like to know a bit more about igniters myself.
Thank you. Examine the speaker above the door for this. Examine the speaker above the door.
A speaker for monitoring the stage. It was blaring at the time of the shooting.
It's a pretty old model for such a nice place.
Yeah, it looks like old tannoy systems from when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I guess they don't care about sound quality back here, as long as you can hear it. Not that a loss of fidelity could possibly make that music worse.
Good speakers must cost a lot.
Oh, they do.
You have any idea how much a nice one that size would cost, Apollo?
Probably a good 10 years of your allowance, give or take.
What? But that's almost $600!
$5 a month? Wow, what a cheapskate.
Wow.
Poor Trucy. Wait till she finds out you need to buy 2 speakers for a stereo.
Go to the Suns. Yep, go to the Sunshine Coliseum.
You got an achievement there? Learn about Trucy's alliance woes.
Yep.
Allowance woes.
Yep. Oh, great.
What, come to laugh at the murderer?
Darian.
That old bag opens her pie hole and wham, bam, my life goes down the chute. Thanks. Don't let me work while I'm a suspect.
Darian isn't in the best of moods, is he? Well, no shit, he's been accused for murder.
Can you blame him? Not many people are these days, it seems. Yeah, especially since the COVID pandemic, people are so ill-mannered nowadays.
I know, people are assholes now. It is a crime scene, not exactly the happiest place to hang out.
Then Gavin had to go rub salt in the wound. My alibi's rock solid. Rock solid!
Let's talk. So, about your alibi.
You have to ask. The shooting happened right in the middle of the 3rd set. That's right. The music was blaring when we heard those gunshots. And found Mr. Latouche dead. I've got 10,000 witnesses who saw me too. Right there on that stage.
Your guitar playing was something else.
Thanks, little lady. See? This whole thing's a sham. I can't believe they aren't letting me work. There's no need to yell at me. It's Lammy Roar's fault. She was the one who said she heard his voice at the moment of the crime. Man, I never even talked to that old windbag. How could she possibly identify me? God, what is with that hair?
I know. They won't let you work?
He won't let me work. Gavin says I gotta lie low till the suspicion is cleared. Seriously, who's a contender for the weirdest hair? Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Ace Attorney?
Yes.
Yeah, sounds about right. What suspicion? He can be such a stick in the mud.
Mr. Gavin? A stick in the mud?
They may look all flashy and showy, but he's straight as an arrow, mate. Except when he's depressed. You hear him whining the other day? Oh, you mean that thing with the mixing board? And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. Oh, this part is off. What is that? Second guitar. It was you, Darian. He's just a perfectionist is all. Not a bad guy, really. How fitting that I based his voice off Brian May, because Queen were perfectionists.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the Gaviners are the best. I have all your albums.
The band's fine too. Gavin can write a good tune, I'll give him that. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Prosecutor Gavin around much. Oh, him? He's down at the prosecutor's office, most likely. The prosecutor's office? I've never been there, have I? The data on the victim should have come in from Interpol. Normally I'd be down there dealing with it. Normally.
Apollo, let's go check it out. I've always wanted to see the prosecutor's office.
Maybe that's not such a bad idea.
Right on.
Say hi for me, okay? Oh, and screw you. Actually, you know what? Hold on.
Okay.
Say hi for me, okay? Oh, and fuck you.
Damn. You compensating for something there, buddy?
And tell him I want into that crime scene. We'll be going now. Hey, wait. Yes? What do you really think happened? Really? You don't think I did it, right? Well, great. Way to instill a guy with some confidence. Just remember, I was ripping it up on stage when it happened, okay? Ripping! Don't get led astray by some siren song, eh? Hit this one wrong and you'll be eating humble pie for a year. I'll bake it myself.
Let's not talk to him anymore, alright? Good idea.
Detective Darian Crescent. He's one stone I'd leave unturned if I had a choice.
Alright, let's go to Gavin's office.
This is a prosecutor's office?
Yep,
Look at that poor guitar.
I know. So, this is it. The Governor's head office.
It's not the band's office, it's the prosecutor's office. Yeah, so that's why I'm asking, what is this creepy thing? Object, whatever.
Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone.
Looks like Prosecutor Gavin's on the phone.
Oh well, guess I'll have to come back. Or we can hide behind that bookshelf real quiet like.
That's eavesdropping.
Why? We'd just be waiting, quietly, so you won't notice. What if we heard something scandalous about the band?
She'd make a good reporter for a gossip mag. What, a replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, Latouche. Latouche? Look, don't talk to me about those Borginians, okay? Just get me that report, chop chop. And stop leaving mysterious objects in my office, okay? It's times like this when I start to miss Darian. Huh? Hiya.
Just thought we'd drop in. Hope you're not mad.
How could I be? There's not enough tee-hee in the world in any case.
I
Have a
love
seat.
him.
Yeah, he's the only prosecutor that's actually nice.
I know.
Have a seat. Prosecutor Gavin, the philanthropist.
Watch and learn, Apollo.
So, who have you come to see?
Huh?
Clavier, lead vocalist for the Gaviners? Or Prosecutor Gavin, scourge of the courtroom?
What do you think he means, Apollo?
I think he's giving us a choice. We can either ask him about the concert or the case. Which way to go?
Let's talk.
Ah, that reminds me. Did you see the paper today?
Yes! I always read the TV section.
Good girl. How about you, Hair Forehead? I read the funnies. Then you will not have seen this. Concert of Tragedy, the prosecutor's deadly song.
Ooh, is that a new show? I haven't heard about that one.
It's not a show, it's an article. News, you know?
Oh, does it have anything to do with the case?
Since getting back from the trial, my phone has been ringing off the hook. How does it feel to take a man's life with a song? Have you ever hummed a man all the way to death row? Do you think you could sing for me over the phone? It's endless. Endless! Thanks to the case you made today, of course.
Oh, that was all Paul's idea.
Hey! Is that a newspaper over there too? Ah, yes, the Borginian Daily Bugle. Go ahead, take a look. Thanks. But I can't read Borginian. The style of the writing almost reminds me of Georgian.
Maybe that's the idea. That's the inspiration.
Yeah, but that's in like Eastern Europe.
Even so.
Yeah, kinda reminds me of Georgian. Oh, that's right.
It's like Borginian, Georgian. Haha.
Suffice it to say, this is big news over there as well. Though they didn't go so far as to mention the lyrics to my song.
Probably no one in Borginia could believe it.
It's probably seen as just a theory at this point. Their journalists didn't see the need to mention it. That makes sense. I hardly know what to think of it myself.
Thank you.
Lamirar's testimony will probably be in the evening edition, I'd imagine. Which is why I've had Darian step down from the investigation for now.
Yeah, we ran him moping in front of the Coliseum.
Lamirar was my invited guest, so it's a rather delicate situation. You understand how much I want to solve this case. Quickly, if possible.
I really love that song. It has such a great atmosphere to it.
You co-wrote it with Lamirar, if I remember correctly. That's right. It was last year. I'd gone to tour Borginia's legal system, as a matter of fact.
And that's when you heard Lamirar's voice?
It was at a small jazz club. I wept that night. I knew I had to meet her, to talk with her. So I used my influence, which is not inconsiderable, to arrange a meeting.
Wow, prosecutors really have a lot of clout.
I think he's sort of a special case, Trucy. Thankfully, she liked the work I did, and we wrote a song right there, backstage. Machi on piano, that dulcet voice. And myself on guitar that I borrowed from Lamirar.
And music history was made. Probably not an experience your average lawyer would ever have, like Apollo, say.
Thanks, Trucy. It's a memory I hold dear, and the song we wrote that night was this. And that very guitar is right over there. You mean, this charred lump?
Don't call it a lump, that's a piece of history.
It's a charred lump.
It's only brown, not really charred.
It's charred. No matter, I shall never sing that song again. I wouldn't have used that guitar again either, even if I could have. What happened during that song anyway? Why did his guitar suddenly catch on fire?
Do you think you could show it to us?
Oh no, that's not a red special guitar. That's an acoustic guitar, which is
Yeah,
funny.
it's acoustic.
Which is funny considering, although the one in the back there does look like a red special. I wonder if that's a reference.
Maybe.
In case you're wondering, red special, Brian May's guitar.
Yep. Your charred, slightly burnt guitar?
I'm sure he doesn't mind. What more could happen to it?
Let's examine it.
What's left of it, anyway. That was an impressive bit of pyrotechnics that did this.
That's a guitar from the concert, isn't it?
I thought it was one of the staff playing a gag on me. I never guessed it wasn't the end of it. I had a specialist analyze the guitar, incidentally.
Oh, did you find anything out?
He didn't have a lot of time, so it's still unclear. But the results he came up with were intriguing. Intriguing? How does that guitar tie into everything that went on?
Sounds like something we should ask about. Let's talk.
That poor guitar.
I know.
It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lamirar.
How did it end up here?
She gave it to me. I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it.
So this guitar's from Virginia? No, Wooshie, it's not playable. The neck is broken.
And the strings are broken too, so yeah.
Yeah, it's broken. You can't play a guitar with no strings and no neck.
Yeah, it's just a charred lump, as Apollo calls it. That it
Yeah.
is. See, even he agrees.
Yep.
We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So we vacuum packed it into Lamirar's studio. I used a special shipping service available for transporting evidence. Ain't that illegal? They brought it right up to...
Why would you want to... Like, why would you do that?
This attorney. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched.
See? Prosecutors do have a lot of clout.
I still think he's a special case.
Such a valuable guitar. It's too bad it got burnt.
Let's put it this way, 90% of the stuff they do in Ace Attorney, it's usually illegal.
Yeah.
What was it that you were saying earlier? Something about intriguing results from an examination of the guitar?
That's right. What was that all about?
Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? Well, no shit.
Yes.
It's called the sound hole. So that's what it's called. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort.
A broken device?
I think we can guess what device?
Yep.
Yeah, this in fact. The examiner is busy with evidence for the case now, however. So he'll be checking this out once he's finished with everything else. Odd. That device looks strangely familiar.
Present the igniter.
Oops.
No, present.
I had an overwhelming sense of deja vu, and the caller's voice sounded oddly familiar. Prosecutor Gavin, about this remote... Wait! Excuse me? Did you say something? This remote control might be valuable ammunition for the trial tomorrow. It's too early to show my hand now.
You gotta show the igniter, not the switch.
Oh, whoops. You would think someone with such a loud voice could speak more clearly, yeah?
Yeah, show the igniter.
Has to be one of these.
What is it, Apollo?
That device that was found in your guitar. Take a look at this. Why, that looks like the same thing. What is it? It's an igniter. It's an igniter.
Another one?
It was at the crime scene in Lamirore's dressing room. Detective Sky found it, actually. At the scene of the crime. What could that mean, I wonder?
Examine the jar on the stand. What's that on the plate there?
Is that... gum?
Gum?
Maybe he was chewing it when the phone rang? So he put it on the plate for later consumption.
You'd think a rockstar would afford a fresh stick.
Don't jump to any conclusions now. That's not chewing gum. Take a closer look. Although I really shouldn't be offering, should I? What is that? It looks like a lump of plastic.
Wait, that phone call.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking, what is this creepy thing? Object, whatever. Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone. What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, Latouche! Prosecutor Gavin, does this have something to do with Mr. Latouche? Wait a second. You were listening to my phone call, weren't you?
Who, us? I tried to stop him, really, but he forced me to.
Hey! You were the one digging for a scandal, Miss Reporter! To tell the truth, I'm not even sure what it is. But apparently it's a model of something undercover agent Mr. Latouche was after.
This lump?
Would you mind telling us would you mind telling us what you do know about it?
Let's talk.
This was found in Mr. Latouche's bag. It's apparently a replica of something. A replica? It's a small lump about 1.5 inches long. We analyzed it, but there's not much to say other than it's a lump of plastic. Perhaps it was to be used in the identification of whatever it's a replica of. You mean, whatever Mr. Latouche was after? That seems to be the most logical explanation.
Well, what is it?
Don't ask me, Fraulein.
Oh? If you don't want to tell us, you could just say so.
I put in a request to Interpol via my contacts in Virginia. But apparently there's a block on information somewhere along the chain.
Oh?
There's something either Interpol or Virginia doesn't want to share. Probably both. Something about this little piece of plastic. Mr. Latouche went through all that trouble to become Lamirar's manager? Just to come to this country to find out more about this lump? And he died for it.
Is this lump a drug?
I've sent someone to the Colosseum to fetch Lamirar. Perhaps she knows something about it, being a Virginian. I believe that covers everything I'm at liberty to talk to you about. Oh. Thanks for dropping by, Herr Forehead. Thanks. Why, you gave me so much information. That igniter, for instance. Oh, that. I've never met an attorney so forthcoming with the prosecution. It's a big help. Or perhaps you're just a tad naive, I guess I could have hid it, but somehow showing it felt like the right thing. I could say the same to you, Prosecutor Gavin. Thanks for the information. About the, strange lump of plastic. The one that Mr. Latouche was investigating.
Hey, that's right.
I've been thinking, Herr Forehead. We encounter many incidents in our lives. All of us. Not all of them simple. Especially not the ones where people are killing to song lyrics. That's why I try to at least remain simple inside. And I keep a simple goal, to discover the truth. That's why I like to keep relations civil, yeah? That is all. I can live with that.
Mr. Prosecutor?
Fraulein?
Can I ask you why you sing in a band?
Ah, because I want women to turn and look when I walk down the street. That's pretty simple, too. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. Another time, perhaps.
Move to the Coliseum. Oh, it's you. You came at a good time.
Hello there, Emma. What's up?
Either of you know where Lemmy Wah is?
Well, I saw her in the backstage hallway a while ago.
Yeah? That's strange. What's strange? I can't find her anywhere. I was supposed to bring her to the prosecutor's office.
Lamirar's missing?
It's hard to imagine her wandering off somewhere on her own. Considering she's blind. Yeah, being that she's blind and all.
Yeah, we'll help you look for her.
Great, thanks. Go backstage. Backstage hallway, and then go to the stage.
This place is deserted.
I wonder where Lemmy Wah went off to.
I'm sure she's okay on her own. She seems resourceful.
I guess, but I can't help worry about her a little. Stage. Huh? The stage is pitch dark.
The power breaker must be off for this section. Great.
I'll go get someone. Yipes! It was really dark out there.
Dark. That's all Lamirar has when you think about it. What would it be like to live in a world of darkness?
I do not want to imagine that. Hey, Apollo.
Huh? What?
Doesn't something about the stage seem different to you? That bass case. Like, something's changed?
Changed?
I can't put my finger on it, but it's bugging me.
Now it's bugging me too. What's she talking about?
There's something in that bass case. Hey, that case. Wasn't that open before?
Huh? I guess someone closed it.
Wait. Look, where the case closes.
Something's sticking out. That doesn't look like an instrument. You don't think it's...
Let's open it, Apollo. Oh, shit! Yeah! Lamiwa! Lamiwa!
Emma! We have to get Emma! Lamirar was taken directly to the hospital. Emma ran around barking orders, making phone calls. Trucy just clung to my arm and cried. And me? I was still in shock. 2 bodies in 2 days. Too many.
Did Darien do this? Emma, how's Lemiwar? Is she okay? Ah, you. We'll owe you a big thanks for that, for sure. But so, she's okay? Yes, she came to a short while ago. You found her before it was too late. That's good to hear.
So, what happened?
Someone attacked her. She was struck on the forehead.
By who?
We don't know. But they hit her on the forehead, right? That's right in front of her. How could she Trucy, are you that fucking dumb?
Give her a break, she's only 15.
I know. Right. Would you like to see her now?
Is that alright?
She wants to thank you for saving her life.
Let me roar!
Ah, Mr. Attorney, you were the one who found me? Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I'm just glad you're okay. Tell me, what happened?
It was after I spoke with you in front of the dressing room. I sensed someone approaching. I thought it might be someone coming to see me, but they said nothing. When I went to return to my dressing room,
You were hit?
I knew at that very moment, I knew that assailant was trying to kill me. No! It was lucky for me for the first blow did not knock me out. I turned around and ran for the stage. Someone was chasing me. I could hear footsteps. Yet I reached the stage first.
Why the stage?
I had overheard maintenance people talking. The power to the stage area was off, they said, for electrical work. Ah! Darkness is my ally. There is a contrabass case near the stage. That is where I was headed. And who in the Gaviniers plays the bass? Darien!
So the assailant couldn't see you?
Once in the case, I'm afraid I passed out.
Wow, that sounds like a really close call. Do you have any idea who it might have been?
Unfortunately, no. Whoever it was, they said not a word.
Too bad.
Yet, when I consider that I was struck high in the forehead, I must conclude that whoever hit me was taller than I am.
Good point. She's sharp.
And you're much taller than I am. You're about as tall as Apollo.
So that means it was likely an adult, and probably a man. Could it be him?
But why would anyone attack you, Lemiwa? The detective asked me this too. And to her I gave the same answer I give you. I do not know. Present the replica.
Let me roar. I wanted to ask you about this. Do you know what this is?
This is what?
Mr. Latouche was carrying it. It's a replica of a thing he was after.
He was after? You know, in his secret identity? As an undercover agent. So that's what he was doing.
You mean you know what?
Yes, I know, of course. This must be a Borginian cocoon. Or rather, a convincing replica thereof.
Why haven't I heard of a Borginian cocoon before?
Why would he be carrying this around? Was it some kind of souvenir? I wonder. Let's talk. Well, they call it Borginian. It must only be found in Borginia. For certain, all in Borginia know of these. It's a cocoon, so do you get silk from it? I do not know the details, I'm sorry to say.
I thought she said all in Borginia knew of these.
There is one fact I do know about the cocoon, though. Something all in Borginia know.
What's that?
The cocoons. They are not to be taken out of the country. It's an illegal substance. Yep. It was smuggled here. If someone does and is caught, they'll be put to death. Yep. They were smuggling it to death?
Why?
I do not know.
It's drugs.
Yeah, it's drugs. They did this, they did the same thing with Johnny Cash, because you know how Johnny Cash would smuggle drugs in his guitar case? In his guitar? And, yeah. And, there are some times when Johnny Cash would sneak by, airport security checked his guitar, found drugs in his guitar, and they shattered it. Just, damn. Yet, if Interpol was involved, I'm sure there's a good reason. But this is just a piece of plastic!
He was carrying a replica, but looking for the real deal. That's my best guess.
So that's what he was up to?
Tracking down Borginian cocoon smuggling.
Smuggling? It seems I was marked. Marked? Life changed for me with the popularity of my songs. I began to travel around the world. Ah, so you could have brought the Borginian cocoons with you. On my trips, yes. That was probably the suspicion.
And Mr. Latouche was placed as an overcounter agent to look into it.
Borginia is a small, sheltered country. Not many of our people venture into the world outside. Is that why they suspected you?
But Mr. Latouche wasn't a Borginian, was he? He was an Interpol agent, which means...
What, Apollo?
There must be some reason why Borginia doesn't want those cocoons getting out. Something scary enough to get Interpol involved.
Huh? Like what? How could such a tiny ball of thread cause such a commotion?
Cocoon smuggling. And Mr. Latouche had Lamiroir marked. It couldn't be her.
Huh?
There's one other person I need to talk to. Thank you for talking to us, Lamiroir.
It was the least I could do.
Actually, I have another request. Oh wait, I think that was you.
If I have one request, if it is within my power.
Oh,
I need an
Wait, that's Apollo.
Let's see.
I need an interpreter, someone who speaks Borginian.
Apollo?
Would you come with us if you're well enough?
I see. Yes. Yes, of course. I shall accompany you. Huh? Where are we going? Detention center.
Come on, Trucy, we're about to get to the bottom of this.
Oh boy.
Machi, we came to talk to you about the case.
Machi.
Could you interpret for us, Lamiroir?
Yes.
Machi, I'd like to talk to you about when we first met. When we still thought you were blind. Now we know the truth. You can see, right?
I was completely fooled myself.
Machi, isn't there another secret you're hiding from us?
Wait, Mr. Attorney. What do you mean by secret?
What do I mean by secret? Well...
The replica.
If I'm not mistaken, you know something about this, don't you?
Hey, you got a reaction! A big one! Machi, you didn't!
Trucy and I are trained to see people's uncertainty. Not that we would have needed any training to see that one.
Mr. Attorney, please tell me what this is all about.
Lamiroir, please, interpret!
Very well.
I know I know you know something about this by your reaction. If you won't tell me, I might have to give it to the prosecution. And have them look into it.
He asked you to wait. Do not be so hasty. Machi? Do you know everything?
Yes, everything. Well, sort of.
Have them tell us about it. Very well. Talk. What is this cocoon anyway? The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure. A cure?
It must cure some disease.
Oh, they were trying to cure her blindness.
It's a medicine.
Yeah. Illegal medicine. It's a cure for incuritus. Incuritis.
A cure for incuritis.
Oh. But if it's a cure, why keep it in Virginia like that? Just think of all the lives you could have saved by sharing the medicine. I do not understand the reasons myself.
Okay, well, at least we know what it is. A cure. And Mr. Latouche was after cocoon smugglers. Wait, was Machi...
Machi, you weren't! He couldn't be smuggler, he's so little!
Well, you're only 15 and you're sort of a magician, aren't you?
Well, that's true, I am sort of a magician.
She said sort of. Oh, to have a copy of that security camera tape.
Well, Machi, are you a smuggler? He won't tell me. First he plays blind, now he plays dumb.
I wonder, do you think he brought a cocoon here to sell it to someone? If Machi really did bring one into the country, was he planning on making a deal for its sale?
I can't go home. Can't go home? I can't go home to Borginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Borginia is death.
That's right, it's punishable by death.
About the case? What about the case?
He wants to tell us about Mr. Latouche's death? Oh.
This meeting's over.
Oh, this meeting's over.
What are you doing here? Darian?
But what do you mean? What do you mean? Visiting hours aren't over yet. There's a call from Machi from the Borginian embassy. The meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy. We're leaving.
Darian, wait!
I never liked you. Either of you. Huh?
Fuck you, dude. Darn it, we were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo.
He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say.
Apollo.
And there can only be one reason why.
Why is everyone ignoring me?
Oh, sorry. This is it. I know who I'm after now. It all happens tomorrow in court.
Fuck.
Phew. A little shorter than average stream, but we're done. And OBS actually decided to behave.
Like, he just wanted to cure Lemmywar's blindness! Come on! It's just medicine! Oh, medicine that can heal people? No, that's illegal. Don't smuggle it.
Yeah,
Why?
Unfortunately, that's true in some cases of the world.
So, what? If you wanted to get cured for something, you had to go to the country yourself to get it?
Well, there was a big scandal in the UK about... I don't know how many years ago it was at this point, but it was in the mid-2010s. It was a young boy, I can't remember what was wrong with them. but the thing that helped him the most was cannabis oil. And then the government confiscated it, and there was a massive uproar about it, and he ended up getting it back.
That's bullshit.
Yeah,
It's like, no, that's weed. That's medicinal. We can't give medicinal weed to children.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, that's what it was. Again, I can't remember when exactly it was, but I think it was the mid-2010s.
But no, like, what you said, I've actually seen videos and read articles that medicinal marijuana helps kids with like really severe autism, and like it does wonders for them. So
it's also good for people with Parkinson's disease. Helps alleviate the shaking. But yeah, that's an example of one medicine that is considered illegal in some parts.
Still, that's just not fair.
Yeah, so it's pretty true for, you know, what can happen in the world. It's not just some Ace Attorney bullshit.
I know, but it shouldn't come at the cost of, medicine that can cure, like, some diseases, but no, it's smuggling, sorry. It's like, well, so you rather have them die?
Well, anyway, shorter than average stream, but we got the investigation done this time, and OBS behaved itself. Not one skipped frame.
Yep, thank God.
I don't know what the fuck was up with it up back on Tuesday, but at least it's finished. It's fine now.
Yep.
Cannabis oil is legal in the UK, but only under certain circumstances. What about the US?
I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. Like, I think in order to get medicinal marijuana, you have to actually have a doctor's notice.
And I'm assuming it also depends on the state.
Yeah, it depends on the state, doctor's invoice, doctor's recommendation, all that stuff. So, multiple background checks.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Right. Anything to say before we jump off?
Nope, I'm good.
Thanks for tuning in, folks, and tune in next week for the delayed premiere of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. See you all then.
Bye-bye.